So on September the 17th of this month, it will make 3 years ago that our home was stolen from my family and myself. And I'm going to show you exactly how it was stolen. It wasn't a regular foreclosure, it was actually stolen from us. Just like in the slave days, when the owners, should I say the slave owners, when people were free and they would just go and take their land and make them slaves. Yeah, well, these people just took our land and our home just like that. So this is what happened. That was our home. As you can see right there. It wasn't an extravagant home. It was a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom home that we built brand new, and we moved in it in 2006. And to us, it was our mansion. So this man right here is the mortgage holder's lawyer, Mark Walker. So at the time we had a bankruptcy that we were in, and we had some back mortgage payments we were paying back in 2016. I think we filed around December 2016, January 2017. So Mark Walker swear that we were not paying our payments. So he would send these letters to our lawyer, David Lee Judah, as you can see. And he's telling him that instead of us paying $1,088.25, we only paid $726 and not the full amount of the $1,088.25. But we didn't owe $188.25. We were supposed to have been paying, $188.25. We were supposed to have been paying $726, which we did. So he sent this notice on April the 3rd, 2018. So I was wondering, like, where is he getting these numbers from? And I asked my attorney, David Lee Judah, where is he getting these numbers from? And so after the foreclosure took place, I was thinking, well, where did these numbers come from? I kept trying to figure it out the whole time. So I took $1,088.25 minus a payment of $726, and it left a balance of $362.25. So if we did owe anything on the mortgage, it would have been $362.25. But since then, I've come to find out that we didn't owe not one penny on our mortgage. Everything was paid when these people foreclosed on us. And that's David Lee Judah. He was our bankruptcy attorney. And I'd like to let you all know that I found out after all that he had professional misconduct suspensions. One was in 1996 and the other one was in the year 2000. And had I known that before I filed bankruptcy with him, I never would have chose him as my bankruptcy attorney. One of his clients left this review for him. That he was very dismissive, they were unreachable by phone, which is so true. The staff is very unprofessional, and they never gave updates and basically let this person's case get dismissed for lack of communicating pertinent information, and basically said it was their fault. I do not recommend this firm. And this is the same exact thing that he did to us. And my review on David Lee Judah, I said, I'm begging everyone not to let this man represent your dead snake, let alone your bankruptcy. Instead, seek Vernon Law Group in Mara, Georgia. I would have revisited them instead. If I had revisited them instead, we still have our own home because they are awesome. This man needs to be disbarred because I'm disabled and homeless now because of him. And this is one of his advertisements that he has in Jenkinsburg, Georgia. You can see it. This is Judah Law Office, but I advise no one in Jenkinsburg or traveling through and they see that sign, do not go to this man because you'll lose everything you had. So David Lee Judah kept asking me, he kept telling me, send me the mortgage payments that you all made. Send them to me. Send me copies of what you all paid. I sent him these same money orders over and over again for about 6 times. There's one to Marinette. That's our bank that we paid the mortgage to. There's another one. Marinette always got the mortgage payments. There's another one. As you can see, another payment. And another payment. And these were the payments they were looking for. He had them all along. Even the bank had them because we sent the payments directly to the bank, which was a Marinette at the time. So this woman is the Family Service Program Manager, Kathy Cochran. She was the one basically calling me when the time she did call. She was mainly emailing me. Kathy Cochran said that they asked this man, Kim Kimbrough, and yes, he is the same Kimbrough, the ex-sheriff of Clayton County. They asked this man that used to be the former CEO, what should they do about our case? And Kathy Cochran, right here, said Kim Kimbrough told them to go ahead and foreclose on us. And he was not even in a position at the company at that time. It's like, why were they even asking him for advice? And at the time, this woman right here, Cynthia Jenkins, she was the CEO of the mortgage holder company. She's the CEO, but she had to ask a prior CEO, what should they do? It's like, if you're not qualified for the position, you shouldn't be in it. So they asked Kim Kimbrough. He made the decision for them, and he was not even there. He had nothing to do with this place at the time. He said foreclose, and so that's what they attempted to do, and they succeeded. Right here, as you can see, this is our court payment. Well, we had to pay, as you can see, $345.15 bi-weekly. They were coming out of a check bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks, they were receiving payments. But instead, they went ahead on March the 16th, 2018. That would be Mark Walker. He went ahead and went to the court. Told the court to go ahead and dismiss our mortgage payments. So they did that. The court ordered, this is the dismissal of our mortgage payments. That's what that form says. This man right here, he had our mortgage payments dismissed. Our lawyer sat there, didn't do anything about it because, like I say, they were all in this together. They were all in this to have us lose our home. So on the back page, it states, one second. On the back page states, it is therefore ordered and adjudged and decreed that the automatic stay with respect to the debtor's real property located at Stockbridge, Georgia, is hereby modified to permit foreclosure on the property and take any actions necessary or helpful in connection therewith, including sending any notices, confirming sale, blah, blah, blah. There it is. But the thing about it, they knew that all the back payments had already been paid the day that they had this dismissed. And it's real easy to lose your home or anything else when you're in a bankruptcy. It's like the judge is not really looking into this. They listen to the lawyers, and the lawyers tell them lies, which these people did. And of course, they dismissed the payments, but the payments had already been made. And as you can see, on that same day, April 16th, when our bankruptcy got dismissed, this is from Marinette. the bank in which we paid our payments. As you can see, on April the 16th, 2018, it was paid to AmeriNet for our mortgage payments, $4,834.89 in 1 month, on April 16th, the same day that they got our court case dismissed. These people got all this money. So then they sent another payment to them. This is after they said they foreclosed on our home. This is dated for July. You can see it. July the 16th. I think this is, yeah, July the 16th, 2018. They paid another $74. If you can make that out. I think it is, let me see. $74.80 was paid 3 months later after the home was foreclosed on. They were paid an extra $78.40. So altogether, it was almost $5,000 these people were paid in 1 day, and then they paid that extra money 3 months later, and the house was no longer ours. And as you can see from right here, these statements from the mortgage company, it said, what does that say? Comment: AmeriNet ordered on modified to prevent foreclosure on 4/18/2018. So they had already had that plan. They planned to do this all along. As you can see. Now mind you, we only owed $3,662.73 on our mortgage arrears. And so from that, they paid $960.26 already. It was already paid. And I showed you the paper where we paid over $4,800 in that 1 day that they had on at the same time they were dismissing our case, our bankruptcy case. But these people already paid in full. The mortgage holder told the bank to hold back those payments and not show them. So that's what they were doing. Now mind you, we only owed $3 something. So I get this pre-foreclosure letter in the mail after I made my payment on 4/16/2018. This paper is dated for April the 18th, 2018. They sent me this letter which says, the above reference note in default for failure to pay principal and interest and other sums due thereunder. As a result, the nature of the default is for failure to pay monthly payments due and late charges. So now they're saying we went from $3,600 something to they're saying now I owe $7,480.06, and this is only 2 days later after they received all that money on the 16th. So they wanted me to pay $7,480.06 along with late charges of $162.54 in 1 month. And when that 1 month was up, if it was not paid, they were going to send it. They were going to put me in foreclosure. And as you can see, the back is signed Cynthia Jenkins, who was also a head cheerleading coach. I don't know what that has to do with being a CEO, but obviously she's inexperienced. So then I contacted my lawyer and I told him all that was going on as if he didn't know, because he pretended. Every time I talked to him, he told me that the mortgage holder's lawyer would not speak with him. And I come to find out all these years later that these two people went to school together, they went to college together, and they knew each other. And they were communicating back and forth all that time in order for us to lose our home and for our demise. So I told him we wanted to keep our home. What could he do? He said, let me see. That's what the bankruptcy attorney David Lee Judah said. So I guess he contacted attorney Mark Walker for the mortgage holder. So they said that now, since my 30 days was up, it went from, like I say, over $3,600 is what we owed. It was already paid, but yet they got my bankruptcy thing dismissed. They got the case dismissed because They told the bank to hold back the payments, so it would look like we never made a payment while they were holding it all that time. So we went from over $3,600 to over $7,000. And since I didn't pay that in a month, it jumped up all of a sudden to $16,904.73. And on the back page, you can see the breakdown they had. And they said I had to pay $16,904.73. And I think I had to pay that before July the 3rd. Because if it got close to the 3rd, they were asking for the whole $45,500, which was the remaining balance on our home. Okay, so of course, if I didn't have the $7,000, how was I going to have the $16,000? They knew that. Okay, and then this is the rest of the breakdown that they gave for the $16,000. Signed Kathy Cochran, Family Service Program Manager. Okay, so time went. I did everything I could, talking to my lawyer and all that. So when Mark Walker sent my bankruptcy attorney David Lee Judah that paper, and I called, and he said, well, all I can tell you is to go ahead and pay that $17,000 so your home won't go into foreclosure. That was the low downest thing I've ever heard in my life. While he sat back and allowed this to happen, and let these people, he helped these people. He helped out these people to help us lose our home. So on September the 5th, this was left on my door. It says, I hereby demand that you shall, within 3 days of the time this notice is served upon you, either comply with the covenants stated below or deliver to the landlord the possession of the premises identified below. So it's from, it says right here, home was foreclosed on 7/3/2018, possession to new owner of record, dated 7/3/2018. It says that the landlord property manager is Tom Greenwood, and it's signed Tom Greenwood. This is Tom Greenwood of Parkside Brothers property at that time, I guess. All these people are crooked and underhanded. That was his information at the time. So then I come to find out, I was trying to find out, well, where are these people? Property management. So of course I went looking, and I found property management with Tom Greenwood to be located at 175 Corporate Center Drive in Suite D. That was amazing, and the reason it was amazing because Attorney Mark Walker, his office is located at 175 Suite A Corporate Center Drive. So he works, Attorney Mark Walker, he works on the front side of the building, and on the back side of the building at the lower offices is Tom Greenwood's office. How convenient that everybody is so close by and so connected together. Like I said, it was a scheme from the beginning. So we saw Tom Greenwood's office is in Suite D. Attorney Mark Walker's office is in Suite B on the front side of Corporate Center Drive. Like I said, it was all done. It was all premeditated. They did all these things. There was a lot of players involved in the game. And they did all this stuff to me. They actually did. They went through all this just to get us out of our home, because if someone wants you out of a place or a thing, they can get you out. It may not be legal, but they can get you out. So this number right here was on my phone. 678-782-3880. And a message was left on my phone, and I looked, and the phone number belonged to William Mosley, but it was Elizabeth Horan who called me from this number, and she left a message on Friday, August the 10th, 2018. This is Elizabeth Horan. She was also working with Tom Greenwood at Property Brothers. So now, I don't think he's any longer in business. Now she's working over that same area. Mighty strange. The same, it's supposed to be the same suite as Carpet Center Drive, but this is Suite F all of a sudden. And she's Elizabeth Horan, Keystone Brokers Incorporated. So now she's an agent. She's more than an agent. They're all criminals because they stole my home. They stole our home. Elizabeth Horan, you can see, realtor. That's Elizabeth Horan, same woman that took me to court when I was trying to save my home. Tom Greenwood sent her to the court. Okay, that's her again, building houses. Elizabeth Horan right there. If you can't see that picture, here's a better one of her, Elizabeth Horan. I was thinking that she was the one that was in my ex-home, and she might be. I don't know who's there. So then I found this review on Parkside Property Brothers Brokers website. And this person said, how can Elizabeth Horan make a review pertaining to this company following up with repairs when she works there and signs the leases? So see, these people are always up to no good. They're always doing something. So this is the dispossessory judgment and order. I went to court because I was trying to save our home. I went. The judge didn't listen to me because all of these people are in together. And I'll get to that in a minute. But nevertheless, they ended up winning. And they told us to be out by August the 29th, 2018. And if we continued to stay there, we had to pay to so-called, they pretended that Lunsford Family Property bought our home. So they said if we continued to stay there, we had to pay $1,200 every month to Lunsford Family Property for rent had we stayed in the home. And that's the judgment to be out of our home. This paper right here, it was amended because Parkside Property Brokers, they were in actually Suite A. No, I'm sorry, they were in Suite B, D, and they said they had a Suite C, and they did not. They were lying so that it would come to a different place, but it was actually the same building. And so they amended that, but it still didn't do me any good, even though it was amended. But I found out where they were because I rode over there and I saw it. So on July the 9th, as you can see, I contacted AmeriNet because I didn't believe any of these people or any of this stuff that was going on. So I contacted AmeriNet, which is the bank that we paid our mortgage payments to. And this was on July the 9th. Now, mind you, they say that the home was foreclosed on July 3rd. So I talked to someone, actually Gregory Simmons, and he told me that I could fill out a loss mitigation packet and we could save our home. That's what he said. And this man was actually working with me until the mortgage holders contacted the people at AmeriNet and told them not to work with me, not to work with us. So this was on July the 9th. He sent me that paperwork, and I got all of our paperwork, sent it back to him. So on Monday, July the 16th, he emailed me back, and I wanted him to send me something so that I would know. This was actually so that I would know that our account was still open. So he sent me this email. He says, "Here's the account history showing account is currently open. Also, please send the remaining items needed for your loss mitigation application as an attachment as soon as possible. Have a great day." So if we were foreclosed on July the 3rd, why was the account still open on July 9th? So then this paper right here is dated for August the 1st, 2018 from the bank, AmeriNet. And as you can see, August 2018. The 1st of August 2018. It's kind of hard to see. And so if you look at the bottom, it says loan status. It says open. It's not so clear, that. I don't know why. Trying to make it clear so I could see that the account is open at the bottom. It says open, and that's August the 1st, 2018. But yet, the foreclosure took place on July 3rd. So they say. That's what they said. So then, on August the 8th, by that time, the mortgage holder contacted the bank and told them that they foreclosed on it. But the bank should have known that to start with. Mighty strange, the bank didn't know it until they received the letter on August the 8th. They sent me this letter. I received it August the 10th, that the foreclosure sale took place on July 3rd. Account is now closed. The foreclosure process will continue as scheduled unless the account is brought current, is what it says. So I kept wondering, they said they sold our home for $103,000. We only owed $45,500 and something on the house to start with. So they said they sold for $103,000, and I was trying to figure out where did that price come from, $103,000. The price came from this statement from my bankruptcy lawyer that he gave us for our files. It was in our file. Let's see, can I get it? If you can see it. At the time, he said that our house value was worth $103,000. That's what he said. And that's dated for January 5th, 2017. He said the home is valued at $103,000. That's kind of strange, huh? That's 2017, early 2017. So in 2018, it seemed like that the net value would have went up. Because you see these people in together. So when they said they sold our home, what did they say they sold it for? $103,000. Now I was questioning when they kept telling me the house had been sold, and I said, send me a copy of the paperwork. So then they typed this paper up. They typed it up, deed under power of sale, blah blah blah. That the home was sold to the Lunsford family. The Lunsford family was the highest bidder at $103,000. All this stuff is fake. Like I say, he said that our home was valued at $103,000 back on January 2017, and it's mighty strange they sell the home for $103,000. It's amazing because they were all working together to scam us out of our home, and that's just the regular saying how the home was in the paper. The home was in the paper, advertising in the newspaper, blah blah blah, and then that's where they signed it. Cynthia Jenkins, and then Kathy Cochran, she put her seal on there. That's all that says. So then I get this paper in the mail, I guess to make it actually look legitimate. The one that they actually put at took to the courthouse and filed. They filed that. But to be honest, I don't think these people even exchanged any money with this home. And this is just telling you about the home. Now it says that the new owners, I'm going to show you the first paper first. Hold on. Okay. It says that the new owners of the property now is Greenflower LLC. And we all know LLC are individuals. We know who that is. There's somebody behind Greenflower LLC. And I would not be surprised if it's not Elizabeth Horan, Mark Walker himself. Some of those people, it's someone running around in that group. No money exchanged hands, and I know it didn't. And if they did exchange money exchange hands, it was only for $45,000. Which is the amount that we owed for the total amount left on our home. And right here it says, and this was dated September 2019, where it says that Lunsford Family Properties is the grantor, that they gave the home to Green Flower LLC for $0, but they pretend that Lunsford Family Properties bought it for $103,000, which is not true, because they didn't pay any money for this. I know it, they know it. So bottom line is, we're out of a home. We've been out of a home for 3 years now. And I sent paperwork into Georgia Bar explaining what these people did to me. I sent a grievance in. For Mark Walker. They did nothing to him. Everything was dismissed for him. Then I sent one in for David Lee Judah, and they didn't do a grievance on him either, because you can only send in 20 pages. That was my limit. So there's a 20-page limit, and that was not all the information. I couldn't get them all the information that I had. So here we are, 3 years later, still out on these Georgia streets in Henry County, Georgia, all because these people stole our home from us. Still looking one day, hoping and praying to find a home. And so we're just gonna keep on hoping, keeping prayers up that we'll soon get in a home soon, because once you're out on these streets, you're out on these streets. And it's up to you to stay out on the streets or to get yourself another home. So if you'd like to contribute to us getting out of homelessness, you can see my Cash App, the $JaneneGH. My PayPal is JaneGH205@yahoo.com. And my YouTube channel is Divinely Blessed Up and Highly Favored, where you can see my other video. And it's, like I said, it's a little over 2 hours long, but it tells you how family members can get you caught up in the legal system and you can't find your way out. Thanks for listening. Be blessed, y'all. Peace.